Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for watching today. And today is the official kickoff of WonderCon 2023. And Funko is, of course, as always, going to be there with a huge presence during their Freddy's Funhouse, actually at the con. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get out at the con because it is in Anaheim, California. We just cannot make the timing work out. But it is also the day for shared exclusive releases. So there are a ton of pops that are coming out today that you'll be able to get from the Funko shop and also through shared retailers. Now, earlier this week, we did go over everything, so I hope you guys were prepared and ready for this morning. As of recording this, the initial drop on Funko.com has already happened. So we'll go over the process of that, what went right and what went wrong. But then also, I still want to do a little bit of a shared exclusive hunt because there are some shared exclusive stores right nearby me that we can stop by over at Target, FYE, Hot Topic, and see what the stock is looking like, seeing if anything's selling out at these shared exclusive retailers. And of course, we do these hunts for pretty much every single shared exclusive drop. It's always a lot of fun. You guys always seem to love them as well. So I'm excited to do it again today. So now let's get into what the drop on Funko.com was like this morning. So the drop started at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific time, and they had all of these shared exclusives up there, pretty much everything, except for the two show-only figures, which was the Freddy Funko as Clown, along with the glow-in-the-dark Gelatinous Cube from Dungeons & Dragons. But everything else was up for grabs on Funko.com. And Funko has changed their website recently, which makes it a little bit different than previous drops with how easy it is to get in and get the figures. And Funko did recently combine the Loungefly and the Funko websites to make it all one. It makes sense rather than having two different sites. Why not have it all together as one, so that way you can buy Pops and buy Loungefly in the same order. They also changed the layout a little bit, so there are some new categories, like there's a section straight for sodas that they didn't have before, a section for Bitty Pops and stuff like that. There are some good things with the website. It looks like it's a little bit cleaner, a little bit easier to kind of find those different categories right on the main page. Another reason why they updated the website was for security as well, as that did apparently stop people from being able to use add to cart links or ATC links, which were very popular in the past and used for a lot of big drops. However, it's unclear if this new website has actually helped against bots at all. That's what they said in their initial blog post. They were hoping to have more bot prevention. Not quite clear how that is going here, but there are some steps that they're trying to put in place, and I guess they're at least trying to figure that out. Don't know if they're being successful with that though. So when it finally came to 9 a.m. Eastern, we were able to go on Funko.com and quickly try to get into those shared exclusives. And honestly, the site did look pretty easy, although it was going slow. But I assume that's because of the massive amount of people that were all going after these figures at the same time. That's always going to happen on any website that you have that has a big drop. But one thing that I noticed that was different from drops in the past on the old site was when you actually go in to choose the item, instead of showing add to cart, it actually says view details. So you can't quickly add items to the cart on that main WonderCon page and just add them all at the same time while scrolling down. You actually have to go in, click view details, and then take a look at the item and then click add to cart. Now, I don't know if that does stop bots at all because I think there are still direct links to these items, but for those of us who are going on the Funko site, it was kind of a surprise for us that we had to go in, click view details, then add to cart, as it added a little bit more time. So after you add to the cart, then you had to go back to the main page and keep scrolling down and adding multiple things. So I guess if you had less stuff that you were trying to add to your cart, it was better advantage for you to get those items. Another thing that Funko added was that you actually have to be signed in to your verified Funko.com account in order to purchase any of these exclusives. So if you're not signed into your account, you actually see this message right here that says log in to buy. So it looks like going forward, in order to buy any big drop, you do have to have a sign-in. Now, I'm not sure how that looks with commons. I haven't taken a look at that yet, or stuff that has been released in the past. But as far as exclusives, you do have to be signed in. But then once we finally got everything added to the cart and actually went to the cart, it brought us to a waiting room. And within 3 minutes, I had everything in my cart and was going to check out. But it ended up taking almost 20 to 25 minutes before I was actually able to get to the checkout. And by then, some things ended up selling out. Luckily, nothing that I was going after, but some stuff a lot of other people were going after. So the first thing to sell out was Eustace Kid from One Piece. Figured that was going to be one of the ones to sell out because One Piece is massive right now. And then the second one to sell out, which sold out about 10 minutes after Eustace Kid, was Trafalgar Law with Polar Tank Pop Ride, which is a really cool one. I can see why a lot of people were going after that one. But by the time we got to the end of our card, everything was in there, and so we were able to check out pretty easily. So it looks like the waiting room and the slowness in the beginning was the main sort of downfall, plus having to click view details and then add to cart just adds a little bit of extra time. But besides that, it wasn't anything too terrible. And honestly, I was surprised that one of the items that I was looking to get was not sold out by the time I actually got to the checkout 25 minutes in. And that was the limited 2,500 piece Snagglepuss Funko Soda with the Flock Chase. That thing was definitely one of my most wanted items from this drop. And the fact there's only 2,500 pieces and it did not sell out right away was insane to me. But I read somewhere that Polar Tang and the Eustace Kid had something like 9 or 10,000 on the site, and they sold out like within 10 minutes. That's pretty insane to me. But eventually, Snagglepuss did sell out about 30 to 40 minutes into the drop, so Snagglepuss is now gone. So I was able to get everything that I wanted. Here's a rundown of everything I picked up. I was able to get the Freddy Funko as baseball player exclusive, which I really love. I mentioned I was able to get the Snagglepuss soda along with the Bugs Bunny as Superman soda. And then I was also able to add the Hercules Funko Pop. There was some stuff that I left off because I wasn't 100% into getting like Baby Groot or Tower Red. I might see if I can find those at Walmart or Target when we go out on our hunts. And if I find them there, I might pick them up. So that was my experience with the drop on Funko.com. Let me know what your guys' experience was in the comments down below. What was your luck? Were you able to pick up some stuff? Or did you go after the One Piece exclusives? And did you get either of those? I would love to hear about that in the comments down below. But now, guys, it's time for the fun part. We are going to be going Funko Pop hunting for some of these WonderCon exclusives. So I think we're going to stop by GameStop, Hot Topic, Target, Walmart, and FYE. See what kind of stuff is out there. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick up anything else while I'm out there. Maybe if something catches my eye, I will. But I want to go just to see what stores actually have the exclusives and how many do they have. Because it's probably a couple hours after they've opened, so they could have potentially sold out. But I just want to go ahead and take a look at these and maybe see some of these pops in person. So let's start hanging out there and let's get hunting. And our first stop is going to be here at Target. And inside, back at the collector spot section, it doesn't look like I see any WonderCon exclusives. They have a bunch of commons around, some Spider-Man ones, but they do have some of the Target Con exclusives, just no WonderCon. Next stop over at the mall is going to be Hot Topic. And it looks like they do have the new Satoru Gojo exclusive. And there's our look at the shared sticker in person. Pretty cool pop. It looks like they have a ton of them, but not one we are looking at today. But it looks like they are all stocked up. Next up is going to be FYE. And right here in the front, they do have their new exclusive Poison Ivy, which is a pretty cool one. And while we're here, because we don't get to check out FYE a lot, they do have a bunch of exclusives. They have the Blacklight Chucky up there. They have the new Bulma from Dragon Ball. They do have the Burning Godzilla, the Yuji Itadori lying down, which is pretty sweet. A bunch more Hunter x Hunter ones. They have Stitch in cuffs and the glow-in-the-dark Leprechaun. Our next stop is gonna be GameStop, and they have one exclusive, and we did find it, the blue gelatinous cube from Dungeons and Dragons. And our final stop for today is gonna be over at Walmart. And inside, there wasn't a ton of luck. They have just a lot of their pops here in the bin, nothing too crazy, but they did have an SDCC exclusive America Chavez. And then they do have a lot of the sodas over here. This is something brand new to Walmart. They're getting a bunch of non-limited sodas, some exclusives. And guys, we are back home from our Funko Pop Hunt for WonderCon. We did not find anything we wanted to pick up for ourselves, although it was pretty cool to see that gelatinous cube there at GameStop. And then, of course, we also did see the Poison Ivy over at FYE. Nothing at Target, nothing at Walmart. Figures, because Target at this point has not even put up anything on their website. Now, when it comes to the gelatinous cube, I've noticed that it is sold out as well on Funko.com. And if you go on GameStop's website, it only gives you the option to pick up in store. So that might be a little bit of a harder one to find as well. So if you guys come across the gelatinous cube and you're interested in it, definitely recommend picking that up, because that could be definitely one with some pretty decent value down the line, especially with the new Dungeons and Dragons movie coming out. I had to kind of think about it for a second, but I don't have the other gelatinous cube. If I get this one, I'm going to want to go back and get the other one. It'll become a whole big mess, so I decided to just stay out of it entirely. It was cool to see that Hot Topic had plenty of Gojo, and then of course with Poison Ivy over at FYE, plenty of those as well. So it looks like a lot of these shared exclusives, they have plenty to go around. When it comes to Walmart, I'm not going to expect them to come in for quite a while. Walmart's website shows that the Hercules and the Baby Groot are not going to be available for shipping if you want to do a pre-order until May. So it might be another month or two until we start seeing those pops show up in stores, which is going to be a little bit unfortunate. I hope that Funko really starts to work on that with their shared retailers, because if they make a shared exclusive, it should come out when the actual convention starts, not 2 months after the fact, which is how it has been for pretty much every single shared exclusive that Walmart has gotten over the past year. Now guys, I do want to throw it over to you. What do you think about this year's WonderCon exclusives from Funko? What were some of the ones that you went after today, whether it was on Funko.com or with the shared retailers? Did you go on a pop hunt this morning? Let me know what you were able to pick up. I'd love to hear about it in the comments down below. And of course, if you guys have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also leave a like in this video as well if you enjoyed it. And of course, you can always hit that bell to be notified whenever we have new videos drop. But thank you guys so much for watching today. And as always, we'll see you again real soon.